Okay, so for the song for my final project, I decided to actually go with the whole concept album of the Myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, which was the theme of my song for the retro assignment. So that's also the theme of this song, but supplementary to that, in the chorus, I wanted also to make for some reason or another, the fourth dimension topic to talk about, kind of in context and in conversation with the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. So that was kind of my inspiration for the lyrics, was the ancient Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, and the fourth dimension being time, and how those two kind of play into each other, and how the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice can be translated even nowadays, to be significant and to be relevant. Um, and yeah, so now sonically, the piano part is actually using the Devil's interval, and so I wanted to use the tritone to get that sense of kind of unease and loss and almost helplessness, because I feel like that interval is obviously amazing for that. And so my inspirations, after talking to a few people and kind of realizing it, because I kind of subconsciously happened, but I ended up realizing that I was super inspired by Duncan Sheik's Whisper House, and specifically his song. Wait one second, I will get the song. Um, the song, How It Feels. That's the song name. Yeah, so that song was a super huge influence on this piece that you're about to listen to or have already listened to. And also the ending, the heart part, is also super inspired by this band called From Indian Lakes song Fog, because it's the last song on their album Absent Sounds, and so it ends really loudly with this really cool, beautiful, kind of like emo indie guitar riffs and everything, and it then after that it simmers down and quiets down to just kind of an acoustic guitar melody, and I thought that was really powerful and really potent, and I wanted to kind of incorporate that into this song because I feel like it would complement it super well. So those two songs were my primary influences, I would say. Now sonically, it ended up being super interesting because most of it was kind of a mod podge, and it ended up sounding in ways that like I couldn't have even imagined it sounding, which is really cool. So the bass line is a standard upright bass, and so it's plucked kind of in a swing big band fashion. So that's kind of a trope from jazz music that I took, that kind of groove from the upright bass that is traditional in that style of music, like Artie Shaw, Benny Goodman, Cap Calloway, etc., etc. And yeah, so the piano part though is very traditional, very simple. Melody in the right hand, bass following the melody in the left hand, and so it's very reminiscent of not only the feeling but also the style that many impressionist pieces are done in by like Debussy and Eric Satie, especially Eric Satie with his Gymnopédie series. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but yeah, so it's kind of got that jazz bass line going with that impressionist piano, and the percussion section is the most interesting in my eyes, I think, because I literally kind of followed what Jeff has been telling us to do this whole semester, and kind of just listen to the music and let my hands do whatever they wanted to do and kind of follow wherever they wanted to follow. And so what I ended up doing was my eyes were a little bit too big for my stomach, so I split the drum section in two. So I played kind of whatever I wanted, whatever I felt like, for one section of the percussion, and then I kind of call and response it, if you can use that as a verb. I called and responded with another percussion section, so there are two things playing at once, which is kind of very identifiable in a lot of like African indigenous drum music and rhythm patterns and stuff like that. So that was kind of the percussion section. It was all very just kind of internalized, which was I think was kind of cool. And yeah, so lastly, the electronic strings kind of give it a sense of grandeur, which I think is very reminiscent of Baroque stylings and is very tropal to that period of music because it was all kind of about being over the top and being huge and being super dramatic, especially because that's the time period that like opera was founded. So it's those orchestral movements are super kind of tropal to Baroque, which I think is kind of cool, but they're also electronic in the song, so it kind of reminds the listener like, yo, you're in the 21st century, which I think is it's pretty cool. And yeah, so I guess just by combining impressionist piano techniques with big band swing bass lines and indigenous African rhythmic, almost like drum circle call and response beats with the Baroque-esque but still electronic string section. Using all of those elements, I kind of put together this song, and I hope you guys like it. And yeah, that's that. Enjoy, and thanks for a great semester, you guys. Peace.